So hi everybody and welcome to Sharon and I's last webinar for 2022. Lovely to have you with us, whether you're live or watching this on record. So what topic are we going to cover tonight? We're going to be talking about using tarot with crystals. So we picked this topic because obviously I've been a tarot reader since 2014 and Sharon is all things crystals. So we thought we'd combine them together. So in terms of how tonight's going to go, what are we going to get through? We're expecting it to last till about 8:30, so an hour and a half. We're going to start with an introduction for me and Sharon, for those of you who haven't met us. Then Sharon's going to jump into how she works with tarot and crystal together. I'm going to then do a meditation. And for that meditation, if you have them, but don't worry if you don't, it would be good to have some rose quartz and the Lover's card out of your tarot deck. But don't worry if you haven't got them, because we can just bring in the energy of the rose quartz and the Lover's card. It's all good. But during that meditation, if you can make sure you're in a quiet space where you won't be interrupted, that would be great. Then we're going to do a really exciting competition, as it's the last webinar of the year. Sharon and I are going to give away a prize. So one person is going to win a 30-minute one-to-one tarot session with me, and one person is going to win either, if you're in the UK, a crystal up to the value of £10. If the winner's outside of the UK, then a 30-minute distance healing with Sharon. And we're going to do that with a fun game using major arcana. And it's for those that are on live and those that are watching it on record. Then I'm going to tell you about what we've got planned for next year, our webinars for next year, and then we shall close the circle. So any questions before we get going with opening the circle? Okay, let's just do that then. So if everybody just wants to close or lower their eyes, and just start to get yourself into a relaxed state where you're taking your focus from the external world to the internal world. So closing those eyes down and maybe just tuning in to your body for the first time today. And tuning into your energy. And maybe even tuning into your emotions. Where are you at emotionally? Noticing your breath, but not changing it. So just noticing this unique life force of your breath. And maybe as you're doing that, you're noticing that it's slowing down, that your shoulders are relaxing, that your jaw is relaxing, that your tongue is coming down from the roof of your mouth. And maybe noticing where you're holding any 3D energy in your body. Maybe you've been at work, whatever you've been doing today, if you've picked up any 3D energy, it's now time to release that and let that go. And create space by letting that go, for allowing beautiful light into those spaces. And embodying the feeling of oneness that we have on this webinar. All of us together as one. All of us that are watching this on live and all of us that are watching it on recording. And now asking the 4 archangels to come into our space to protect us during this webinar. Archangel Raphael in the east, Archangel Michael in the south, Archangel Gabriel in the west, and Uriel in the north. Inviting those archangels in to provide protection while we do this sacred work. Connecting to our higher selves whilst we do this work and feeling them come in. And asking for a spiritual filter to be placed on all of our devices upon which we are watching this webinar. And asking that spiritual filter to protect us and only allow beings devoted to our highest good to have access to us. And asking that all of us attending live or watching this at a later date, that our energies are now connected through our heart chakras. And I'd like you now to set the intention to go into your heart chakra, taking a breath into your heart chakra and imagining your heart opening. And maybe imagining a beautiful soft pink lotus blossom opening in your heart space now and growing bigger with every new breath in. And keep breathing and expanding until we get this complete sense of oneness in this circle of all of us that are watching this webinar. And now that we've opened this circle and provided protection, I now invite you to bring your energies back to this present moment, to this webinar, bringing some movement back to your fingers and toes, and then gently opening your eyes. Okay. So, we're going to be talking tarot and crystals tonight. And ever since I began my spiritual journey, it was always, how can crystals work with tarot? And in a minute, Sharon's going to talk in particularly about how she uses them to store her cards. I mean, I do as well. You can see behind me with all my card decks, I've got a crystal on top. So she's going to talk about how you can use crystals to protect your cards, cleanse your cards, how you can use particular crystals with a particular major arcana to heal yourself, how you can use crystal to enhance your third eye whilst you're doing a reading for either yourself or for someone else, so that your visual skills really heighten. How you can communicate with your spirit guides during a reading, and then how you can use crystals to help with a different type of reading, say a love reading. So we're going to learn all of that tonight, and then in my meditation we're going to be particularly focusing on the heart chakra with the rose quartz and relationships. So we've got an exciting night in store along with the competition as well. So let's get started with Sharon, where she's going to talk to us about how she uses crystals with tarot.
Hi everyone. So yeah, I love to combine crystals and tarot, just like Rebecca said as well. And the reason I do this, I just feel crystals have that energy, that spirituality. They help you get into the zone of setting that sacred space, getting ready to receive the messages that you want, and focusing on your highest good. So the energy of the crystals just help you get into that spiritual mindset. It can just help you get grounded and consciously open yourself up to receive messages and receive guidance and those nudges and the feelings that tarot and oracle cards both give us. But I always say, like, before you do any sort of reading, just make sure you're in a good space, you're happy, you're high vibrational, and you know, you're not pulling cards and really angry and pissed off and upset, because you're just not going to get the right guidance and messages that you need. Like Rebecca said, she keeps a crystal on top of all her decks, which is really interesting. I haven't asked Rebecca. Her decks are all open, so she doesn't have them in the box. So I'm just noticed. Whereas mine are all in the boxes. Do you have? Is there a reason that you take them out the box?
Easy access, because I'm always doing readings. It's like I just need to be able to grab them. But sometimes it is good to keep them in a box, because some boxes have got a symbol on them, haven't they, which protect the cards. So when you close the lid, the symbol's over the cards. So it's only because I've got easy access. Like I know another tarot reader, Simon, he's actually had something built by a carpenter where all his cards are in front of him in little shelves, and I really want one now. And he hasn't got them in the box, so he's got easy access to when he's doing his readings.
That is so cool. You can't get that shelf. You'll be tempted to like fill it
I know.
and then get another one. That's the thing with tarot and oracle cards. There's so many on the market. It's like you just want all of them. And they, even with them, I have a different tarot deck that I use regularly to Rebecca, and mine are Angel Tarot. So it's like slightly different order, slightly different messages. Like the overall message is the same, but it's just the way they bring those messages in. So my crystals are all in their boxes, and I like to keep a crystal on top of mine. I know also I have kids. I mean, if my cards were not in the boxes, they would all just be in one huge pile by the end of the day. My kids actually love tarot and oracle cards. So if your kids are like drawn to them, I would totally encourage you to just let them play with them. They like to pick cards, and sometimes I ask them to pick a card for me. Like if they're pulling one, I'm saying, oh, can I have one? And it's just like, I don't know, I feel like it's something from their higher self to me, and I just kind of like see what that message says to me as their mum. But anyway, I digress. So like, just for an example, for the Magic of Unicorns deck, I have like a Lemurian quartz, which I keep on top of it. I just find this crystal has such a magical energy, and unicorns are such a high frequency vibration and magic, and I feel like they come in when you really, really need that lifting up and that like happy spirit in your life. I won't go through all my decks, but I just wanted to just give an example of why I choose certain crystals for certain decks, because every deck has a vibe, and so I try and make sure that the crystal that I choose with it kind of matches that vibe and the same kind of message. So for the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle deck, I have a raspberry aura quartz. So this for me is like the energy of pink amethyst combined with rose quartz and then like alchemized to another level. So I really feel, and it's so sparkly, and I really feel like it helps me get into that sparking up my light. And I use this deck a lot. I come to this deck when I kind of want something practical to do. If I'm feeling a little bit more like bored and low, I like to ask this deck, what should I do today to like lift myself up and bring myself higher? And I'll just do one more. For the Star Seed Oracle, again, Rebecca Campbell's, I've got this smoky celestial quartz, and this one actually has a rainbow in it. So it's just got that galactic starseed energy, but at the same time, it's a smoky quartz, which is very grounding as well. So you don't want to be all up in the stars all the time. But yeah, so just like play with it. I just find it so fun to like lay all your decks out, get your crystals out, and just see kind of who wants to go with who. And you'll kind of just know, and it's just a really good way. So I feel like the reason I do it is I feel like the crystal is protecting the deck. So the crystals are my guardians, and I set the intention, like I program them with the intention to keep the deck safe and protected, to make sure it remains clear of any negative energy. So it gives me the best messages and the clearest messages that sink in and make sense to me, and that will resonate. I also use crystals to cleanse my cards as well. So if I've used a deck a lot, if especially for other people, I like to use like a selenite plate, and just leave the deck on there so that they can just get cleansed. Or a selenite wand is really good as well if you don't have a selenite charging plate. So you literally just like, I would open the deck if I was doing this and have the cards and just like use a selenite wand over them as I would on myself, and just to like clear them of negative energy. I remember once doing a reading just with friends, and it was really informal. There was 3 of my friends, did reading for all of them. They all were amazing. They resonated so much. And I got home and I was buzzing and I was like, wow, that was so good. Felt so happy that I was able to help them. So I thought I'd do a reading for myself, and I got really similar messages and cards to what they had. And I was like, oh, okay. But they didn't like they didn't sit with me. They didn't resonate with me. And I put them away. And then it was like, oh, I haven't cleansed my deck. So it is a real thing. It's actually happened to me before. You will get the same messages that are actually meant for someone else because their energy is still in the deck. So I remember that day I literally cleansed like card by card, and then did it again, and I got something completely different, which did make sense to me. So it really, really does. It's really important to cleanse your decks once you've used them, and especially if you're using them for other people. I think there's a slide with Rebecca's written all about like the amazing properties of selenite as well. So it's just a very cleansing crystal, and it's also very protective.
It's on this slide at the bottom. Can you see it?
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm using my phone. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I thought that you couldn't see the slides then.
Oh,
okay.
No, that's fine. I can see it. Yeah, so it's just like, it gives the cards that clarity that you need by removing all those energies from it. So I think that's like one of the most important things to remember when working with tarot and oracle cards. I love to use my cards for healing, like for healing questions. And for me, my original healing crystal when I started this whole journey was emerald. It was one of the first crystals that I bought for Reiki healing, and I associate this with Archangel Raphael and his Emerald Ray. So I feel like when I really need healing for anything like physical, mental, emotional, the Emerald Ray and Emerald, and also, I don't know, I think I probably mentioned Amanda Ellis's sprays before, but this Archangel Raphael spray, which is actually nearly finished, so I should get.
Oh man, I haven't got that one.
Yeah, it's so cool, and I use it in my when I'm doing Reiki. So it really helps me like bring in Archangel Raphael and that healing.
For those that don't know about the Amanda Ellis Archangel sprays, I shall put a link in the email that you're going to get after the webinar, so you can go and have a look. We're not affiliated with them. We don't get paid to promote them. We just love them.
Yeah, they really are made like with love, and you can like check out her page, and there's little crystals in the bottom of it as well. But another thing you can do, and it's not cheating, like if you feel drawn to a card that you need, and sometimes like if you've got an altar space or a workspace and you want to put a card in front of you, for healing, the star card is amazing. So this is what the star card looks like in this deck. So if you were keeping emerald and the star card close to you, when you really feel like you need that healing in your life, because the star card is a symbol of hope, inspiration, and healing. Wishes are fulfilled and the energy becomes balanced again. So it's the number 1 card. So if anyone is asking about healing from a situation, whether it's illness, divorce, grief, emotional turbulence, following surgery, it's like if this card comes out the deck, then you know healing is present, healing is on the way, and healing is happening. But even if you don't want to pull cards, I pick up cards all the time because certain cards have certain energies for me, and I kind of just think, you know what, I want to look at this today and remind myself of what I'm focusing on today. So yeah, there's lots of different ways that you can incorporate and combine crystals in tarot. When I'm asking a really, really big question, which I've been doing lots of lately, and I really want to make sure I'm grounded and I get the best information for me, I like to meditate first. One of my favorite crystals for meditating with is lapis lazuli. This is a really, really ancient, really powerful, high vibrational crystal. It's been around like since ancient Egypt times. You always see lapis lazuli in their amulets and in their costumes that they wear. So it's and they even buried their loved ones with it to keep them safe and protected on the other side. So lapis lazuli is really good at opening the third eye. So if you've got a minute before you pull any cards and before you do a reading, is just like meditate with it on your third eye, like ideally lying down for a minute. And it really helps to not only ground you, but it helps to kind of focus on that universal spirit light that's coming in and like flooding into your crown chakra and coming down into your third eye and really opening your third eye and listening in to the messages and the intuition. It could be a card that you've pulled so many times, but because of the specific question that you're asking, it really helps you to decipher what that message is for you relating to that question. So when you're really open and grounded to receiving the messages for your highest good, just meditating with lapis lazuli, keeping it close by when you're doing a reading is a really amazing way to just stay centered and stay focused. Another crystal that I use a lot in my work, especially healing work, is apophyllite. I don't actually think I've done, so I'll just show it a bit closer. So this is like a biggish piece.
I'm jealous. That is gorgeous. Wow.
There is I actually bought this piece from the Natural History Museum, and it was a bargain. It was like, I just walked in there and I didn't even know they sold crystals. I just went in to go and see the crystals, and then this was on display, and they were changing their displays.
Oh wow.
And I was just like, I just stared at it for about 10 minutes, then I decided to buy it. Then it turned out
mine's tiny compared to yours.
I live like, I use this one all the time. And then it turned out the price tag on the crystal was incorrect, and it was lower than what it should have been.
Oh wow. Well, it's meant to be yours, wasn't it?
And then I was like, but that's what it says. And I literally waited in that museum for about half an hour, where they called management and everything, and then decided to give it to me for the price that they weren't supposed to sell it at. I think they had removed a crystal from the display but left the price next to this one.
Oh wow.
So it was just like meant to be mine. But anyway, there's always there's a story behind all the crystals that I have. So apophyllite is an amazing crystal to connect with your spirit tribe. And by that I mean your guardian angel, your spirit animals, the galactic brothers and sisters, like all beings of love and light that are in the universe that are here for you and supporting you. Apophyllite is an amazing crystal kind of to bridge that gap and like create that rainbow bridge and invite their guidance in before you do a reading. So it's really, really helps you to focus, and it really helps to connect to the spirit world. If you don't have an apophyllite, you can also use angelite. So angelite is another really, really good crystal, which for me is something I use when I want messages from my guardian angel. I have these angelite candles in my Etsy shop, so I try and light an angelite candle every time I'm doing any spiritual work. I feel I I like to light candles anyway, but especially when you're doing spiritual work, I feel like the fire element really helps create an extra layer of protection into your space. So the angel light candles are amazing for that. And like Rebecca said before, so it's just depending on the type of reading. If you're doing a reading about relationships and you have a rose quartz, to amplify that energy and amplify that vibration and amplify the answers that you want. So, you know, keeping a rose quartz close by is another amazing way to get into that mind frame of the issue that you want to focus on. If you were doing reading about money and finances, jade, like green crystals, jade, aventurine, and even things like pyrite and citrine, to kind of have a think about, what do I want to know, what do I want to focus on, what crystals make me feel like I'm in that vibration. Just work with what you have. You don't need to go out and buy so many different ones. Every crystal has, you know, multiple purposes. So you might use it for one thing one day and then you think, actually, this is making me feel really calm today, so I'm going to use this one for calmness. So it's just whatever you enjoy and working with, and the colors and the feel of it and everything that goes with it. And then what I've done, I've like chosen a crystal for each major arcana. So we haven't put that all in the PDF because you'd get really bored. In the slideshow, sorry. But so what we've done is just like focused on a couple. So like for the Fool, in my deck it's called the Dreamer, the first card. We've chosen green aventurine. Green aventurine is a very adventurous heart chakra crystal. It's all about wealth and going out there and exploring, which is very much the messages in that tarot card. For which one do we have next? Is that the Chariot? Yeah, Chariot, red jasper. Red jasper is root chakra energy, and it's all about going and action, and the Chariot card is like getting things done, and the root chakra is keeping you grounded, and it's all about, you know, that stability of financial stability, emotional stability, like bringing that all together so you can like move forward and keeping you grounded and centered while you're going on these adventures. We've got
I thought I'd stick the devil in next just for fun.
I love this. You know what? I love the devil card. Like for me, the devil card is the chance, is telling me to look at it from another perspective. So it's like, don't do it this way. Like you need to find another way. Like we're all working towards our highest purpose. We're all walking our soul path. And it's either we can go the way with loads of obstacles and loads of ups and downs, or we can go with ease and grace. So I feel like the devil card comes up for me when I'm doing things the hard way. It's not like a card to be scared of. And it matches perfectly with Tiger's Eye, because Tiger's Eye is all about courage. I think I just put my Tiger's Eye away. But Tiger's Eye is all about courage. And
I've got one if you can't find it. Have you got it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. It's all about like courage and bravery. I actually wear Tiger's Eye like daily to just remind myself to be bold and go for it. I love the goldness in it. It's got such a high manifesting energy in this. So if you get the devil and it's telling you, right, you need to do things differently, like you need some courage to go and do things differently, because we like our comforts and we like to do things as we're used to doing them. So I love that. So if you're doing a card pull and you get the devil card, keep Tiger's Eye with you for the day, and see that how that helps you kind of break out of your normal routine.
I like that explanation. Because often on one deck that I've got, the devil card has got a cage on it, and there's somebody in the cage but the door's open. So the devil card can often indicate that you feel trapped in a situation but you don't realize the door's open, which is similar to what you're saying, that you're
Yeah.
trapped, you can't see a different way of doing something. And the tiger's eye will help you see that different route and help you see that the door's open, there is a better way of doing something. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And tiger's eyes really is one of my favorite crystals. It really, really does help. And for the sun card, this is the sun card on my in my deck. And citrine, obviously, like sunshine, pure sunshine energy. This is a Kundalini citrine. So because it's a natural citrine, it doesn't have like that other yellow color. I had another one here, but put that away. But citrine is such a positive, sunshine, happy, joyful, manifesting abundance crystal. Yeah, so that one as well.
Yeah.
So you get lots of different shades of citrine. And this card says happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, and to have confidence in yourself. So that's the message of the sun card, where like there's new beginnings and new things to be joyful for. So citrine is a really, really amazing card. So if you have an altar and you like to keep the cards out for the day and like put crystals next to them, or take the crystals with you. If you can't carry the tarot cards with you, you can take the crystals. And for the last one there, we have the world, which is lapis lazuli, again, because it is such a transformational, life-changing crystal, where it's got all the different elements within it. And it's got it, if you Google lapis lazuli, it's always the longest list of things that this crystal can help healing with. So I think this and amethyst is another one of those all-rounder crystals, which really help with so many different ailments, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So amazing crystals to kind of have with you that you can work with regularly. And what I've done is I've just picked a couple more major arcana cards, and I thought I'd just say what I have chosen to like pair them with. But there's no right or wrong. I've seen so many different people with different opinions. It's just what that card means for you will be different for everyone, what the message in the card is for you, and then what crystal you associate with that, and how that crystal makes you feel, the vibration of the crystal. So for an example, for the Empress card, so I have the Empress here in this deck. These are angel tarot cards. So here we have Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel's energy is really closely linked to a apophyllite crystal that we were talking about earlier. But in terms of the Empress energy, like on the card, it says lavish abundance, giving birth to your dreams, nurturing yourself and others. And for me, like that's carnelian. And I love the fact that this carnelian is an egg shape, like literally growing something and giving birth to your dreams. It doesn't have to be a baby. So I think that's the first panic that people normally say when I show when they get this card and I say you're giving birth to your dreams. They're like, no, I don't want any more kids. I'm like, no, I don't want any more kids either. Could be a business, it could be a new goal, it could literally be anything that you're trying to manifest. And it's the carnelian energy, it's sacral chakra. It's like getting creative and like really working with that energy, and you're growing something. So the carnelian and the Empress card go really, really well together. I've got the Hermit card because it comes up for me so much, especially once after we had lockdown and everything. And this message on this one says spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. And for me, the kind of all the blues are very, very calming and help me to focus and meditate and go within. But blue calcite was one of like my original discoveries when I started learning about crystals, in helping feel calm, getting rid of anxiety, just like being in a like in a really warm pool of water and just being so relaxed, but just at the, you know, the perfect temperature for you. So blue calcite is really, for me, it helps to sorry, did I get cut off?
It just keeps muting you for some reason.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought
Weird.
I thought it jammed for a second.
No.
Okay, we're fine now. So yeah, blue calcite is a really, really calming, soothing energy. So I think the Hermit is a card that comes up for me when I'm doing too much and I'm giving my energy away, and it tells me to just like focus on myself, rest, concentrate on my own meditation, stop worrying so much about everybody else, stop wanting to send healing out to everybody. As soon as I hear that someone's not well, or especially if it's someone's baby and child, or someone's, you know, had an operation, you know, they had surgery, I'm like, the first thing I want to do is send them healing. But yeah, like I'm learning that I need to just rest and look after myself and fill my own cup. And I keep doing a meditation in my mind where I've got this chalice and it's like filling up with water and the water's overflowing. So I keep telling myself, like, when my water's overflowing, that's when I'll go out and do the things for all the people that I love to do. But until I feel like that's happening within me, then I don't want to do that. So this blue calcite really helps me with that vision and that meditation. I don't want to bore you, but I'll do one more. So the Justice card. So I just thought we'd go in a completely different theme. This is fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, standing up for your beliefs. This to me is always like white howlite, just because simply it looks like it looks like marble. So it reminds me of like big courthouses and like,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
the pillars and the floor. And I mean, I don't think we have courthouses made of marble, but in my mind, when I think of justice and scales, and I think of like people being made to like talk to each other and sort things out and keeping that balance between things in the universe, I always think of white howlite. And this is also a really good crystal to help you sleep. So if you have white howlite and you're struggling to sleep, it's a super calm and soothing crystal. And even for babies, like it's very gentle. But yeah, it helps me with I feel like it helps me bring in that justice energy just because of the way it looks, and it reminds me of marble. So it literally can be something as simple as that resonates with you, and you think, oh yeah, so I've done my card pull for the day, so I'm going to keep this with me. I like to do a card pull like at the start of the week and ask myself, what do I need to focus on this week? Because my list of things to do is normally really long and overwhelming, and I don't know which one to begin with. So I pick a deck and ask which one, and then I'll take some crystals out. And I don't always carry them all with me, but I'll put them on my shelf. So I'm like, these are my 4 or 5 crystals for the week. So they'll help remind me of the tarot cards that I pulled earlier in the week and then what I'm trying to focus on and work towards as well. Does anyone have any questions? Sorry, I talk really fast.
It's fine. I forgot to say at the beginning, like if you want to take yourself off mute and say anything at any point during the webinar, that's fine, because there's not many of us on. So feel free to join in. I also forgot to introduce me and Sharon, but we're running out of time now. So those that don't know me and Sharon, in the PDF you're going to get afterwards, there's an introduction to who we are and what we do. And I could do some of that blue calcite because an email has gone out early. The email that's supposed to go out to you after the webinar's finished has just gone out. So please ignore that and you'll get another one with the correct information in it. I'm still getting used to using a new automated system. So Pragna says no, she's got no questions, but amazing information, Sharon. Thank you. Okay, so if there's nothing Sharon, we shall move on to the meditation.
Yeah, let's go. Let's meditate.
Yeah. Okay, so start getting yourself into a comfy position. I've no idea how long this is going to last because I've not done this one before, but I'm feeling it's going to be about 20 minutes. So make sure you're in a comfy position. And I'll just tell you a bit about rose quartz and the lover's card while you're doing that. And if you have got those two things, then have them with you while we do this meditation. If you haven't, don't worry. So rose quartz, I've got a big slab of rose quartz in my bedroom. It was my first ever crystal that I got. And then I've also got this rose quartz skull, which I'm going to use for the meditation today. So obviously it's all about love, which is why it goes beautifully with the lover's card. The lover's card I'm using is out of the Never-Ending Story deck. The Never-Ending Story is a film, one of my top 5 favourite films of all time. It's from the 80s. It's a kiddies film, but it's still bloody brilliant to watch now. So this is different than the lover's card in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, which I think has got 2 naked people, a man and a woman, holding hands in front of some kind of god. So this is quite different. This is Engiwok from the film. If you've watched the film, you'll be like really enjoying this. But this is the little gnome that lives with his wife by the Southern Oracle, which are the 2 massive statues that Atreyu walks through, and then the laser eyes come down. I'm getting carried away with the film now. But he's on the lover's card because obviously him and his wife, they've got a beautiful relationship. They've been together for ages. So putting these 2 together, they pair really nicely with each other. And the lover's card, as I said, is all about the heart chakra, love, not necessarily romantic love all the time. The lover's card can be talking about union in any type of relationship. So it could be you and your spirit guide. It could be you and your boss at work. Anywhere where there's union. If you got this like with the Knight of Cups, then I would expect something like a new love interest coming into your life. It depends which card you pull it with. And rose quartz, it also purifies and opens the heart chakra. It increases receptiveness, so it helps you to be able to receive love, sometimes very difficult when you've been hurt in the past, when your heart's been broken. It improves relationships, creates calmness, and increases self-worth and self-love. Again, something we often struggle with all of the things that we've been through in our life. And with the lover's card, as I said, it talks about union. One other thing it can talk about is choices, a choice that you've got to make, a difficult choice. Sometimes it can indicate that. And if you got the lover's card with the 2 of swords, then I would definitely say it's about choices. So we're going to use these 2 together in the meditation today. You can just put them in front of you for now. At some point during the meditation, I'm going to ask you to bring both of them to your heart chakra if you've got them. So relaxed position, closing eyes down. Taking that attention inward again, internal focus. And what we're going to do with this meditation is bring an infusion of love into your life. So it's going to be a wonderful meditation for you. You may be single, you may be committed, you may be somewhere in between. But no matter what your status in love is, your heart chakra is going to receive some healing this evening. And if you have a love story, it is going to get a touch of romance. We're just starting to take some deep breaths, letting go of any tension from the day, just letting it all go now. And some beautiful deep breaths, releasing all stress from your body with the out breath. And now connecting physically and mentally with the Lover's card and the rose quartz that's in front of you. And if it's not in your physicality, then imagining that piece of rose quartz in your mind's eye and that Lover's card's in your mind's eye. And this is an exciting day because you're about to embark on a romantic journey with this rose quartz and this Lover's card. This pink crystal has been revered throughout history and across the world for its ability to attract love. And you are going to experience the power of this crystal and this Lover's card this evening. So continuing to take deep breaths. And as you do, feel the calm, loving force of rose quartz take over your spirit. With each breath that you take in, you fall deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation and joy, leaving your many thoughts behind. Feeling those thoughts slow and leave. On this meditation this evening, your heart is going to rule your mind. And just continuing breathing and relaxing until you feel that you're floating on a beautiful pink cloud 9. And it feels wonderful to be surrounded by this beautiful pink energy. Put aside all the rough, tough experiences you've had in this day as you revel in this loving bliss. With each breath you take in, you go higher and higher into a pink, puffy paradise. Your higher self has led you here because you are ready to release the pains of your heart so that your heart chakra can flow free. With an open and healthy heart chakra, you will attract more love while strengthening the bonds you already have. Your heart chakra has become stuffy with stress, tension, ego, and destructive thoughts, and that's okay. That's why you're here today, to clear those blocks. So we're about to cleanse your heart chakra with the pink light of pure love. Love is the strongest force in the universe, and it's able to break up the trauma and heartache that has kept your love energy from flowing. You may now in your mind be recalling some painful memories from the past, or even recent uncomfortable events. If this happens, don't judge your visions and experiences. Let them come to the forefront of your mind like you're watching a movie, and then quickly release them with no attachment at all. If no particular memory or event is triggered, that's okay too. You will be cleansing your heart of those subconscious and hidden pains, no matter what happens. The pink light is here to heal you. And now, with your eyes still closed, with the power of your energetic third eye, picture or imagine yourself looking down at the rose quartz crystal, and it's in your hand, and it's pink and it's healing. And I'll count you up now, and when you hear the numbers 1, 2, 3, you'll physically raise your hand and your crystal, placing the rose quartz against your heart chakra at the center of your chest. And at that point, when you do that, you'll feel a sudden flood of love energy into your heart. So start to lift your hand to your heart with your rose quartz now. And 1, you're lifting your hand. 2, coming closer to your heart chakra. And 3, your hand and the rose quartz are at your heart chakra. And a sudden burst of pink, loving light floods your entire chest area. It's magnificent, strong, and healing. And you're in a state of total loving bliss. And just stay in this and enjoy this sensation. And as you revel in this pink rose quartz energy of unconditional love, imagine it breaking apart any obstacles, pains, traumas, hurt, heartache that have been blocking your energetic heart chakra channel. If you see flashes or visions of past experiences, let them leave without getting emotionally attached. Wish your pain farewell. It has made you a stronger and wiser person, and now you are ready to move beyond it. If no images come up, that's okay. Just keep pumping that pink light through all of your meridians, all of your chakras. You'll feel better, clearer, stronger, and more loving with each moment that passes. Say goodbye and farewell to those painful experiences that were holding you back. You have moved on. You have healed. You are on the path to freedom. You are a new person, a beacon of love. Rose quartz is the #1 stone that helps you attract love. What kind of love do you want in your life right now? Again, we're going to use our third eye here. So in your third eye, I want you to envision a person that you wish to attract into your life. This could be a future lover, your current lover, who's maybe started to drift away, but you want to pull them back and revive the relationship. It could be a brother, sister, mother, father with whom you want to be closer. A friendship that you'd like to strengthen. Or it could even be you, yourself. You'd like to build up on the relationship with yourself, looking to improve self-love. So in your third eye now, go ahead and choose that person and envision them in front of you in this pink universe that we're in. So when you've chosen that person in your third eye, you're now standing a short distance apart from them, facing each other. And this person notices this rose quartz energy that's flowing through your heart chakra. And it pulls them like an energetic cord, like a magnet, closer and closer to you. You are a love magnet. You are pure love manifested. Step by step, they walk closer toward you. The pull of your heart chakra is so strong and pure that you're now within reach of this beautiful person you wish to connect with. Go ahead and give them a big hug. Embrace them, not only with your heart, not only with your arms, but also with your whole heart and your pink aura. It feels so good and joyous to be together, as though two souls have joined as one. You can now release this person from your embrace. Feel happy and excited to have reconnected. Know that they are waiting for you in the physical world, where you can do the exact same thing. You can now express your love freely, with no ego or hidden agenda, and they will come. Love is complicated, but only because we make it so. Let the power of your rose quartz and the lover's card be a reminder that love is actually really simple. Love is free. Love is easy. Love belongs to you. Now, you're ready to return to the physical world and put your new, loving personality in action. You're going to emerge from this relaxed state so that you can quickly go about your loving business. When you hear the numbers 1 through 5, at 5 you'll be wide awake and glowing with joy. So 1, give thanks to your rose quartz crystal and the lover's card. 2, let your energetic body realign back with your physical body. 3, start to feel sensations in your body. The blood is flowing and your heart is pulsing with health. Maybe start to bring some movement back to your fingers and toes. 4, you hear the sounds of the room you're in and you're ready to awaken. And 5, opening your eyes and feel the loving happiness that's within you. Back in the room. How is that? You're all now love magnets.
Oh, I love that.
Did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed that. I'm seeing loads of family this weekend. I feel like I needed that.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm really excited to see them anyway, but I just feel like now I'm like ready for all those hugs.
I suppose it's a good one you have to do because we've all got Christmas coming up and seeing families.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay and back with us? Did you all enjoy that? And you can do that again, obviously, because you'll get the recording of this webinar afterwards. So you just go to like 40 minutes in to the recording and you can do that meditation whenever you want. Pragna's going to be doing it again. Good. And don't you think it's so much more powerful doing a meditation with the crystal and the tarot card? I could feel the energy of these rather than just doing a meditation with nothing, having these as tools for the goal, for the outcome of what you want for the meditation, thinking about what crystal and what card will help with the outcome of that meditation. I think they were really powerful. Okay, so shall we get on to the fun bit, the competition? And if anybody's got any questions on anything that we've covered, let me know. So, with the competition, what we're going to do, I'm just going to get a little spreadsheet of all attendees, whether you're on live or record. We've actually got 18 people, would you believe it? I know there's only, I think there's 10 of us actually on live, which is great. 2, 4, 6. Yes, there is. There's 10 on live, and there's 8 people that are going to be watching this on record. So the 10 of you that are on live, either I'm going to ask you one by one to pick a major arcana card. Yes, Pragna, go ahead. Pragna wants to ask a question.
Hiya.
Hiya.
So I just wanted to ask something about the oracle decks and angel cards that I've got. So I've got like 2 decks that I don't really feel connected to. So what would you do with it? Like, I've actually put them aside because I just don't feel like I want to pull out a card from them anymore. Like, I've had them for like 15 plus years now and I just don't feel it.
Yeah, that can happen. That happens to me. What I do is I actually put them away in my cupboard. I don't have them out on my desk.
Yeah.
But then it goes in roundabouts. Then like 3 or 4 months later, I do connect with them again. So I start using them again. So it may be that you just want to do that, put them away, and then see if you come back to them. Because it's like with crystals as well, isn't it? Sometimes like there's certain crystals I don't get attracted to for months. Or you could just cleanse them and resell them or give them away.
Because I did put them away and then I thought, oh, let me try again. But I still didn't feel the connection.
Which ones are they out of interest?
They're Doreen Virtue ones. They're like kind of old ones I've had.
Oh, yeah. I've got 1 pack of those, the unicorn deck.
Yeah, I've got the mermaid.
Yeah.
And then I've got another, you know, her very first one. Like, this was like 20 years ago. A friend of mine got it for me.
Wow.
But I just don't feel it. Like the energy, like, you know, like they look dull. The cards start to look a bit dull. The, you know, like when you pull them out, you don't, like, they don't have that shine anymore.
It could just be where you are on your spiritual journey. You're just not vibing with that, with the particular energy of that deck. So yeah, I mean, you could try reconnecting with them again. You know, in the book that you get with the deck, in the book, you usually get a prayer that you say, and you could try cleansing them, like Sharon said with the selenite one, cleansing any negative energy away from them. You could try reconnecting with them again. But if you've got no desire to do that, then I'd say put them away for a few months, or give them away or resell them. No harm in doing that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Okay, so what we're going to do with this competition is 18 people all together who've bought a ticket to the webinar. And I'm going to go through the ones that are on live first. And I just want you to pick a major arcana card out of the 22 major arcana cards. and then Sharon and I will pick for the ones that aren't on live, and then we'll pick the first winner by shuffling and seeing which card comes out, and the second winner by shuffling. So I'm going to start with by who I see on my screen. So Tequila, which major arcana card would you like to pick? And if you're not too sure on the major arcana cards, let me know. You can either take yourself off mute and tell me, or pop it in the chat box, please, Tequila. What? Temperance. So Temperance has gone. And moving on to Ashley, which card would you like? And I'll just take the Temperance card out.
I would like the High Priestess, please.
High Priestess. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, that's done. And I need to type it in there. I'll just put HP. And Pragna, which card would you like?
I'm not much familiar with them, so if you want to pull one out for me, I'm happy for that.
I'll just split it into 3 and pick the third one down then for you.
Okay, thank you.
So you've got the Hierophant. Hierophant. And Becky. Hi, Becky.
Hello, could I have Death Rebirth, please?
Death, yeah.
Thank you.
And Lisa. That's Death out. Wheel of Fortune for Lisa. We haven't got 10 on live. I'm making that up. Got 8. And Samsung, I don't know who you are. If you could let me know. I do apologise, but that's how you're coming up on Zoom.
Hi Rebecca, it's Nat.
Oh, hi, Nat. You're
I
right.
didn't realise I haven't got Zoom on my phone, so it's my first time doing it. So
Well, I
didn't
guess
put a name on.
Samsung wasn't your name.
Can I have the Fool, if that's one?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, yeah. So I'll just pull the Fool out, and that's everybody who's on live. Let me know if I have missed anybody, but I think that's everybody who's on live. And shall I just, Sharon, for those on who are watching this on record, shall I just go through the deck from the top?
Yeah.
I was just trying to find you. I found you again, right? So just bear with me while I do this, everybody. The Emperor for Izzy. The Lovers for Estefani. Maybe, Sharon, you want to talk about, if I put the slide on, if I put about the webinars for 2023 there. You want to tell everybody about that?
Amazing. We are so organized, guys. We are actually thinking ahead and planning our webinars for next year. So I'm doing this on my phone, so I'm just going to zoom in a little bit.
Can you see it on the left?
I can, it's just that I'm on my phone. So the writing's really tiny.
Magician for Karen. For Katie, it's the Sun. Karen W.
Sorry, guys. I do know what we're doing next year. It's in a notebook, but I can't read these slides. But we're covering lithomancy, which is one of the ones I'm really excited about, because it's basically tarot reading and oracle reading, but with crystals. So I actually have it here. So I'll just give you a little peek. This is my lithomancy box. So basically,
Oh, wow.
they've got like a lovely variety of crystals in there. I wouldn't go through all of them in the webinar, don't worry. So what I do is, if it's distance, I pick myself, or if I'm with someone face to face, I tell them to pick crystals out. And they have a question in mind, like you do when you do a tarot card pull, an oracle card pull. So it works in the same way, but it's the messages from the crystals. So say you pick hematite, obviously it would depend on the question, but it might be that you need more grounding, and it really goes into detail. Lithomancy is amazing. It's like this hematite has like blemishes on it. It's not completely smooth, but that's another layer of the message that it's giving you. So it's really based on and the fact that it's smooth. So if someone picked the clear quartz, but because it's a rough clear quartz, would make the message from this crystal different to if it was a sapphire based clear quartz. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm making it a little bit complicated, but it's really amazing.
It's basically doing readings with crystals, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're doing that one in March next year, and I can't wait for that one.
That one will be really good. Sorry, I can see the slide now, but that's one of the ones I was looking forward to. We're doing one. Are we doing crystals with water, crystal elixirs is the first one we're doing in January.
Which that's probably the best one. Yeah, I have to stick it in.
I can't wait. And I've been experimenting with different crystals, and I've even put crystals in my massive water filter.
Yeah.
To see what happens. Sacred geometry in crystals is amazing. That's the lithomancy already mentioned. Healing with colors and chakras, particular ailments. Oh, there's just so much that we can do with crystals. So next year all the webinars are really crystal based, and how crystals can help you in your life. And paint your own crystal grid. I'm really excited for that one. I hope
that's going to be brilliant.
I hope everyone has a set of paint set up in front of them during that webinar.
Yeah, but if you don't, then it's perfectly okay to bring your own crayons or pencils and a piece of paper. That'll work as well. I don't know if you saw, I did that myself a couple of months back, painted my own crystal grid and then placed crystals in it. It was absolutely brilliant. So that would be a great one to come to. And it's all automated now, so we've kind of done it in a different way in terms of how you can pay for the webinars next year. So you can pay for all 11 and get one for free, or you can sign up subscription wise, so it comes out of your account each month, or you can just pay as you go, buy one webinar. But you'll get all of this in your email after we've finished this webinar, so you can have a bigger look. But yeah, we're all organized for next year. I'm very impressed with ourselves. So let's choose the winners, shall we? So the winner of the free 30-minute tarot session with me. So I'm going to split the deck into 3, and then we need a drum roll, don't we? Pick the 3rd card down from the middle pile, which is the Lovers, which is Estefani, who's not on, but she's going to be watching on recording. So congratulations, Estefani. And we shall pick the 2nd winner then, who is either going to be winning the crystal to the value of £10 if you're in the UK. Outside the UK, you will get a 30-minute distance Reiki healing session with Sharon. Splitting the deck into 3, picking the 3rd card down. The Hierophant, that's somebody who's on live. Pragna, congratulations. So Pragna will be getting
thank you.
crystal to the value of £10. Is that Aviana? Hello, Aviana, Sharon's daughter. Right. What I just wanted to say, congratulations to Estefani and Pragna. next on the agenda, just before we end up finishing, was I just wanted to explain that in the past on webinars afterwards, I've sent you an email with a link to the YouTube video for the webinar. It's always unlisted, so only the people with the link can watch it. And then I've sent you a link to the PDF, but it's different from today. So you've signed up using the Paperbell portal. So to get access to the recording of this webinar and your PDF now, you sign into your Paperbell portal and you go to the content section, and it will be there by about 9 o'clock this evening. So you'll get an email to show you how to do that, but I just wanted to show you while I'm sharing the screen so you can see how it works. So just bear with me 1 minute, because I don't want you to not be able to get access to your recording. Now, the beauty of this portal is that if you have any other readings with me, or if you book any other webinars throughout the year, a recording of the reading with me, if you have an Akashic reading, there's a soul profile document. If you have quantum healing, you've got your quantum healing treatment form. That will all go into your contact section in your portal. So anything to do with me, you can log into your Paperbell portal and go to the content section. And from there, you can book further appointments with me. So that's why I've signed up to this brilliant platform, because you're going to get everything all in one place rather than me emailing you everything and then you have to go and look for it. So this is what it looks like when you log into your Paperbell. So I'm just putting the, it's just asking me to do this because I've got 2 Paperbell. So it's just clarifying for security reason that it's actually me. So you go into your Paperbell portal that looks like this. You'll go to packages. You'll click into the webinar that you bought. So for this one, I'm just going to say it's free Meet Your Spirit Guide challenge, but imagine that's using tarot with crystal, and you'll then go to your content. So can you see that? And in your content, you'll have your PDF and you'll have the using tarot with crystal video to watch. So that's how you will access this webinar and the PDF after this session. So I hope that makes sense. And just let me check, was there anything else that I wanted to go over? I've shut my Canva presentation down. So let me get that back up before we close. So I'll just check this and then I'll close the circle down and we'll bring our energies back to ourselves. So we've done next year, how do you access the recording? We've done the competition. And yes, we'll just close the energies down then, unless anybody's got any other questions before we close the energies down.
Just to say thank you.
You're very welcome, Ashley. It's lovely to have you with us. Whereabouts are you in the world?
I'm in Holton-le-Fylde, so that is between Preston and Blackpool.
All right, not too far from me. I'm Cheshire and Sharon's near London. Is that right, Sharon? Somewhere beginning with a H.
I'm actually like near Heathrow, but I've been to Preston and Blackpool. We have family there. It's nice.
Oh, lovely. You're welcome, Tequila. You're welcome, Becky. Great to have you with us. So we shall just close the energies down and then you are all free to leave. And we'll see you next year and have an absolutely fabulous Christmas and New Year, please. So let's close the energies down. So just closing your eyes back down. Taking your focus internally. The first thing I want you to think about is how do you feel now compared to when you logged on to this webinar? And I'm just covered in goosebumps. My energy is higher. My heart chakra definitely feels open. So just have a think yourself, how different do you feel from when you first logged on. Remembering that the intention of this webinar was to bring tarot and crystal together to aid us in our spiritual journey, and remembering all of the things that we've been taught, and thanking Spirit for divinely guiding us to this topic this evening. Thanking all the 4 archangels that have lovingly protected our space, and feeling them energetically stepping back and releasing them and thanking them. And now bringing our energy back to us, reclaiming our energy from this circle, thanking all attendees for this beautiful connection we've had this evening, and knowing that we are all one. So even though we're bringing our energy back to ourselves, we are all divinely connected in the beautiful oneness of the universe. And thank you to all of you that have joined us tonight. Thanks for all spirit guides that came in to aid us in this process. And it's now time to go back to our families and just to say thank you and goodbye to you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Lisa. Look, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. See
You're
you.
welcome.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Ooh. Started yawning. I'll just press stop record. Stop share and stop